Nice place.
Thank you.
A lot of men on that wall.
I brought my uniform in case you want me in it for the portrait.
I don't want you in anything.
This is only the first sketch.
Hello, welcome to A Story Worth Telling, where we review LGBTQ representation in TV and film. This is...
Crime and the criminal justice system, otherwise known as My Policeman.
You know, it's not about crime and the... Oh, it could be about that. What is it about? My Policeman. You've all been wanting us to react to this. But I think it's just because Harry Styles is in it.
Yes,
and there's a whole realm of YouTube that I've heard is just dedicated to fanning over Harry Styles.
Harry!
Well, he is, you know, God adjacent, I would say.
Yes, but is he God adjacent in the acting world? Yes, so this is a big gay film, and a lot of people like it, and a lot of people want us to react to it, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be just, like, really, really sad, so...
It's a moment.
Disclaimer now.
It's a moment.
It's just going to be a lot of...
Look, we'll make it fun. We'll make it fun. No matter what, what this movie throws at us, we'll make it fun. It's going to be fun.
Yes, it's all going to be fun.
We're all gonna have fun!
And if you want to join in the fun and see more fun, check out our Patreon. Fun.
Fun never stops.
The fun never stops. Okay.
Good.
Okay.
I'm expecting at least one arrest. Maybe some jail time. Long walks on the beach.
Emma Corrin, she was in The Crown.
What was she in the Crown?
A really young Diana. Gonna be like a back and forth one again, isn't it? Fellow Travellers UK style.
So this is not the past.
Rupert Everett!
Ron! No, Ron! No, that's not Ron, is it? Is that not Ron?
That's Rupert Grint.
Oh no! I really fudged that one up.
Quick tea about Rupert Everett. He used to be a big Hollywood actor in like the 90s, early noughties. Big. Was given all of the main like male lead roles. Came out as gay.
And they cancelled
Never got a role again.
Really?
Yeah, never got a big lead role again. He became like a... He's like a case study example of like before coming out was like guaranteed you like safety in your career. And he's an example of someone who like the world just betrayed him. Like so unfair. Like it was disgusting. Like he didn't...
Was he a Hollywood actor?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But in
made
that,
the reprisal.
he made great roles such as the headmistress in St. Trinian's, which I love him for.
Oh, yeah.
Pamela will be here every day to bathe and exercise him. I'll be around twice a week to check his observations and adjust his medication.
Is there anything else I should know?
Oh, no cigarettes. He will try and get one out of you.
Oh, we don't keep them in the house.
I thought he was staying in the spare room.
He's not a prisoner.
This is my home.
Are we going to take a trip down memory lane?
Dear Diary.
1957.
50s.
Before
Post-war.
legalisation of homosexuality.
4, yes.
Is this English fellow travellers? Oh, there he is!
There he is.
Hello, Azza!
Wearing a waistcoat on the beach is a choice.
Again, this was beach wear back then.
This is beachwear.
Yes.
He does beach.
What do you think, ladies? Are we getting wet today?
Hello to you too.
Oh, don't have to swim to get wet. He made the joke.
I'm a policeman now.
I heard.
So he's the
Quite
copper.
thrilling.
My Policeman.
Throw your legs behind you.
I beg your pardon, love.
I think I dreamt about this once. He just never goes out of style.
Oh, piss
Roll the
off.
music.
You see, I'm not much of a reader,
Oh,
but I think a man ought to try to improve himself.
I agree with you there.
What about art?
You mean books about art?
I never really looked at art before.
Is this flirting?
No, this is reading. This is called reading.
That's what reading
Yes,
is.
yes.
Oh, he does look good doing a front crawl. Can crawl on me.
Stop. Oh my god, stop.
I'm dancing.
Where's Tom?
What?
Where's Tom?
Where's Tom?
Hmm.
He won't even come near your room. I don't think he'll ever forgive me for bringing you here.
Is anyone happy?
No, what's gone on in the past?
How did
I was
you...
witness to an accident on my watch. Nothing serious, but we got talking. And he invited me for a private tour.
Riding the crest of the crashing waves. You feel they could crush you. Or take you under.
Got a nice sandwich. A bit jealous.
Let's wait till they leave the art museum. That's Brighton.
Brighton Pavilion.
Don't you want to go? I could tell him.
No, no, it would hurt his feelings. He can't have many friends his own age if he's invited us.
Why is he sitting in between them? That's just cock block 101.
They're all going as friends, I think.
I don't think they are.
Love story, and the most true, because all love stories are tragic, aren't they?
I hope not.
Let's have a toast.
Friends!
Friends. Friends on a romantic picnic.
Right, well, he's gay. He's just... You've,
What makes you say that?
I've just got a vibe.
Have you?
Yeah. There's a slight camp... That's quite stereotyping, isn't it? But I'm just like, you know... Ha.
He's a man of the arts.
Yes. And the arse. The arts and the arse.
And sometimes those two things collide.
Artsy arse.
An ass pick, I guess.
Oh, that is... No, that can be art.
That is, well...
Some of those I'd put in a museum.
And some of those I put in the bin. It's got a kind of call me by your name artiness about
Yeah. They're going to another...
it. Opera.
How do people have the money to do all that back then? I can
Yeah.
barely afford a cinema ticket nowadays.
How long have you and Tom known each other? Since the summer. And has he made advances? Tom's a gentleman. Tom's not jealous. Why should he be? Well, you and this Patrick seem better suited to each other. So many similar interests.
Mindsets back then are so rigid. Like, she's very like, oh, you're all spending time together. Like, nowadays, we'd be like, yeah, it's called a friendship group.
I remember when I used to mingle with straight couples. And there is an element of that. Oh,
What,
you're
confusion?
Hanging out with your male friends and, oh, that female friend of yours. I think there is still an element of, like, eyebrows raised.
But if she does want both of them, I say go for it, love. Don't think you're going to get it with one of them, but you might have a good chance of Harry.
This is not just like, you know, hedging your bets. Doubling your chances. Finger in many pies.
Wow, that was not the thing to say!
Patrick's flat.
Very green.
Yeah,
What?
he's in London. He gave me a set of keys so I can use it when he's away. You
Oh,
said you
did he
wanted-
now?
Cheers.
Cheers.
He's drawing policemen?
Well, you know, we all have dreams.
Uh-huh.
And dreams can inspire sketches and photographs.
Yep, which can lead to giving someone the keys to your flat.
Apparently.
It's good, isn't it?
Okay.
Patrick says ordinary people have the best faces.
A lot of men on that wall.
When was he
You
sketching
posted
you there?
That's how Patrick and I met. I told you.
No, you said it was reporting an accident.
Yeah, you did say that.
I want you to be my wife.
After 6
Oh.
I didn't think you were interested in me. That's all.
We're just two confused people, aren't we?
Looks that way.
Oh, we've got no chemistry whatsoever.
I'm not
This is
convinced
a bad
about
choice.
this.
This is a
You
bad
know when
choice.
people say, oh, back in the day we didn't do anything but, you know, touched each other's hand. I'm not sure I believe that, considering we've just been watching a story where two men are having insane sex every night.
How much does he want to go?
So I'm not really convinced that this whole, like, oh, I'm not going to make a move, and it's only been 6 months, but would you like to be my wife? Like,
Well,
maybe that's just straight people back there.
All the time he's been here, you haven't been to see him once.
they've
I
done
don't
a
plan to.
really
You
good
upset
match
me
on the
so
actors
much.
here,
You
actually.
should just
Like, his hair looks great.
We just stopped talking
I
about
don't want to hear another word. Are we playing or not?
How did this happen? There's no passion.
Everything was fine
Was there ever passion?
until you brought him here. Send him away.
No! You want him gone, you do it!
Police box, Doctor Who!
With an accident, an old lady on a bicycle. Could you come quickly, please?
It's the accident. Police boxes?
They were actually a thing.
They're just waiting in a box.
Yeah.
Why?
Because that's how the phone was. So if there was an accident and someone needed to call the police, you were on standby.
And you were stood in the box.
Hazelwood. Officer Burgess. Let me give you my card.
Oh.
This boy is different.
Oh. Oh.
His eyes lit up when he saw my card. I invited him to visit the museum as my guest. He seemed interested. I haven't been able to stop thinking about him. Innocence combined with a curiosity.
I'm not sure big this good at writing. I'd be like, today
I
saw
fancied a copper.
I saw someone fell off a bike.
Him was well fit.
No, I'd use proper grammar, you asshole.
I suppose though, back then, if you did have feelings for someone, right, you'd write about it because you couldn't talk about it with anyone. And I think that's quite.
If you were gay.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
'Cause nowadays we have the privilege of being able to go, they're hot, but.
So poetic.
But I've never really thought about it like this. But actually, the reason we probably see so much of these kind of like writings and letters about stories about history is because actually, where else are you going to put your thoughts? Because you ain't going to tell anyone.
I guess even love letters, you know.
Yeah.
Back in those days, it was considered uncouth to sleep with someone before you were kind of engaged or married or whatever. So even then, you need to express your love in different ways.
Yeah, it's like the back of his head. The line of his shoulders. The bulge in his pants.
I don't think he said that, actually.
One of them, he didn't say.
You know, I'm an amateur artist. You paint. Pencil drawings, mostly. Because a man should always try to improve himself.
That's what he said to Marion.
Yeah. Coming over for a little bit of a painting like one of your French guys. Did you just say sketchy sex? Josh!
He's a sketch artist.
That is...
He's a sketch artist.
Nice place.
Thank you.
I brought my uniform in case you want me in it for the portrait.
Yes, please.
I mean, that was your opportunity, love, to be like, no. I don't want you in anything.
This is only the first sketch.
Quite personal.
Great sketch. See, this
You
I
like
find a bit
pink, you
weird. It's like small talk at a hairdresser's.
Oh, yeah.
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 Yeah, I'm like, nah.
And then you're like, don't let it go to the weather. Don't let it go to the weather. Because at that point, you're like, well, fuck.
No, you know, the weather is a topic of conversation.
No, the weather is like the last
I'd rather the weather than, you know, oh, so have you got a girlfriend? Or like...
Yeah. Did
I
you
don't
watch
like
the
those.
football?
Did you watch the football?
I like knowing I'm doing something for the public. You know, protecting people.
I tend to keep my distance from the police in general.
There's no reason to fear a police officer if you stay on the right side of the law. Why shouldn't a police officer enjoy himself when he's off duty? Absolutely right.
I think it will be.
Oi, oi.
I didn't expect Tom to make the first move.
Maybe we should.
Do we need the bat? Oh, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be raunchy. Oh. turn on the lights. How? Patrick's done this before.
Oh yes, he's a smooth operator. Okay, now he's comfortable.
I would say he looks pretty comfortable, yeah. What? I don't... This film is bizarre.
I think they're great together. Well, actually, I think Tom is incredibly young. He doesn't really know what he's doing.
I
But
think
he's kind of leaning
I
into
can't
it.
understand them. I think this film has gone so far into like the micro intimacies of like every feeling and thought, and like I can't read it.
Or he was about to say, but I'm not gay.
Yeah, he was going to say that.
He
He was.
I think a lot of these movies, when there's a situation like this, you can get aggressive.
Yeah.
I think the first moment where they're allowing themselves to be intimate, and they get like really, like immediately.
Yeah. I
can be
am
aggressive.
fully surprised that he made the first move, because that.
Like, wasn't God's Own Country quite aggressive in the first instance?
Well,
no, it
God's Own...
wasn't, because he was already.
Yeah, no,
he
God's
was
Own
already-
Country was quite... But there was a sense of, like, with God's Own Country, that, like, the aggression was the form of, like, the shield that was put up, and that it was just a form of, like, distracting it and hiding it.
A front.
Whereas this is, like, I don't know, he's playing it very... I can't work it out. I don't know.
How do you do it? Do what? Live this life. One learns to live as one can. I can't.
So that, to me, tells me that Tom has clearly thought about this a bit more than he's
Yeah. It's like the cozy
Thankfully,
letting on. It is like
that's
the
why
cozy corner.
places like the Argyle exist.
Or the pig. What was it called? The pig? Chicken hut. Oh.
Why didn't I think of that?
What? Knee pads?
Yeah.
When you are...
Down on my knees.
Which has been... When?
Well, I could
Ever?
have thought of it for them.
Right.
Stop there!
Now I'm getting arrested. Oh no.
This is bad.
Run. Run.
You're under arrest.
Oh fuck.
It's like being caught with drugs back then. Like it's an arrest and criminal charges.
Oh yes, like the arrest records.
It's horrible actually thinking about it, because it's
an insult to personal freedoms.
Yeah. You play a game of risking it whenever you give yourself a little bit of like, I need this, I need to be free, I need to go, you know. And so yeah, I think I would. I think most people back then would have had a sense of like whatever they felt comfortable doing in terms of how far they went, whether that was showing up to the, you know, the speakeasy vibes or actually engaging with another person in any form of sexual activity, but always knowing that the risk of like you being arrested there and then,
Because it's not just the
being
police.
chased, like
It's like the expectation. Oh,
Yeah.
you can't be living with a man. Oh, why you're not married yet? It's all that other stuff as well. It makes it really hard to be, well, not straight.
Still want to draw me?
Okay. I want
Maybe-
some water.
Maybe sober you up first, hon.
It's not what you wanted, is it?
You're drunk.
You got me here under false pretenses. You knew what you wanted the whole time. That's why you asked me here, isn't it?
Don't you do that. Don't you blame him.
Answer me! Hit me, go on. You shouldn't have dragged me into it.
You touched me first. Did it feel wrong?
Patrick is being bloody brave here.
Please.
It's like a switch, I guess, isn't it? It's like,
Yeah.
lock it.
And thing is, alcohol is often known to be like kind of like
It's a disinhibitor.
Yeah. Ooh, that's disinhibitor. I don't think we need the fan because the mirror's doing a good job.
There's a bit in her.
There's a bit in her right now.
Yeah, this could have
It's
this
really-
could have well been like really kind of aggressive.
Yeah, and it's actually just like this desire to touch and to hold, and it's quite beautiful.
It is beautiful. Yeah.
And what's really interesting there is I just thought of something that I don't think we've considered before when we're like doing these like period dramas, and it's that like sometimes there's even the fear of like the person that you try to do it with then turns into your enemy and does this accusatory sort of like, you did this to me and it's your fault and you led me on and stuff, and we were getting a sense of that. And so it's not even just like a case of like finding someone to, you know, have sex with and then avoiding the law. Sometimes the person that you need to be careful of is the person that you end up like doing advances on, because depending on how far they are in their journey, they might be comfortable how to react. Exactly, and then they might be like, oh, it's your fault. So that's quite a like, and it's scary to think that the you know, there's always this sense of like, no matter who you try to connect with, they could just not be. They could attack you for it.
Did you ever think about getting married? I had a lover. A gang of thugs beat him to death.
Fuck.
How do you stand being alone? I'm not alone, am I?
Oh my goodness me.
Oh my gosh! This was happening the whole time!
Which is maybe why he was sat in between them.
What? Would you not be like, hang on, why? We've been like hooking up, now why are you bringing her in?
Well, maybe they've agreed, you know, we've got to be careful.
I don't know.
Hello, Mrs. Beard.
But he's also just told Tom how he's had a partner before, you know, and like, and now he's alone. So it's kind of like a bit of like a spit in the face, really, in my opinion.
Man ought to be married.
Well, not all men. Do you think that's fair? To the girl, well, marrying her for, what would I call it, for protection.
I'm fond of her. Someday I hope to have children.
No?
Are you saying goodbye to me? No. Then what should we do?
Can you share me?
If that's what it takes.
Wow.
Okay, we might need the van. Is surreal, man. Can you share me?
I feel like My Policeman has taken on a new meaning for me. It's like, no, my policeman! You know?
My policeman! If that was the mindset for a lot of people, just to be like, yep, that is, I'm willing to be okay with that and sacrifice that and basically share you. Of the early...
unconsensual polyamory.
Well, it's good, but that's the thing, it is there, like...
Well, not for Marion, it isn't.
Well, not for Marion, no. What's also really interesting is that no labels. No mention of labels here. No mentions of the words gay or even queer, which probably would have been a big word back then. But, like, it's just...
Yeah, right, they actually got married.
The handsomest couple I've ever seen.
She knows.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't be happier for you.
Woo!
I
feel like this should never be the vibe on your wedding night. That this is a bit somber. On your wedding night, you should be like, get in bed, I'm gonna.
Oh no!
You see what I mean?
No.
Oh.
Look, you wanted this.
He did want this. He was fond of her.
Yeah.
But can he tickle the pearl? I don't think he can. Oh, bless. He's nervous. Do you know what? That reminds me of the first time that I ever did anything with a woman. I was that scared.
Like this?
Yes, I ran away about 5 seconds after it started.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh. Well. Was that good for you? Taxi!
It was lovely. Never want to hear that.
Hello.
What?
Here I am, just as promised. Tom, help me with all of this, would you?
Patrick.
Okay,
No,
they're sharing,
no,
but showing up to the honeymoon,
no,
girl.
No.
You be stepping on some toes.
And no one likes that.
No one likes that unless they're into toes. No one likes that. If I was her, I'd slap him. But I like that Patrick makes an effort with Marion to kind of like almost soften the blow, you know?
Well, I think, you know, they show a lot of interest. I think, you know, they like each other.
They could have a threesome.
Oh, it's 1958. Educated women like Marion have careers.
Yes.
God.
Well said.
What would you know about it?
I'm
You know nothing about children, or being a parent, or being married to... Stop telling me what I'm supposed to think about it.
I think we perhaps need a bit of a breather.
It's like he keeps having these internal conflicts with himself about what he's comfortable with and what he's happy about, and it changes.
Well, he was like, you know, women should be at home looking after the children. Like, he's clearly got this very structured expectation of what it is to be a man and a woman. But then what would Tom have said?
It's interesting though, it's like it's happening again now. Like, it's got a repetition of history here, and now he's being part of their marriage again. So she's kind of known the whole time, because she caught him in the chicken hut.
I mean, she saw them embracing. She didn't see anything untoward.
No, it's how he can't look at her.
This is not about pleasure, this is about function, right? This is
But the disconnect as well, of like him wanting to get through with it and her just being like, come on, please.
Just a few more minutes.
Marion expects me home after my shift.
1 more minute. Why don't you come with me?
To Venice?
What?
Just you and I.
Sorry, I don't...
Our trip to Venice. Tom's going to be my assistant while I pick up some new pieces.
I know what it's like to know when something is wrong, and it's just like under the surface, this undercurrent of...
I have to say though, and I'm getting this feeling, and don't hate me for this opinion, but I do feel like this film is slightly leaning more into her perspective on the matters than the boys. And sometimes, like, that's fine, because it's always good to, like, know everyone's perspectives, and it's fair to know how everyone goes through these things. But when you are also making something that is specifically about, like, the gay experience, and you're trying to give that message, their identities are the ones at kind of being persecuted, at risk of not being able to be themselves. So while I do get her point of view, and I totally like respect and understand it, I do feel like this film is kind of slightly more, I don't know, it's a slight, I can't describe it, but it feels like it's slightly more less about them, the boys, and in that I feel slightly more distant from that, and it feels more like I'm seeing them through a lens of like not liking them almost because they're being a bit selfish. But I don't want to be feeling that about two people who are having to like hide their own natures.
I mean, we do this for representation though, and I feel like, you know, there's a story here about how she interacts with this situation.
Marion?
We're going to Venice. With Patrick. Patrick is a sexual pervert.
You're wrong.
Whoa.
You want to see perverts? Come down to the station and I will show you some.
He's trying to destroy our marriage.
You know what, Marion? I'm beginning to think you've got a dirty mind.
We'll have our tea and forget this. Marion, get a grip on yourself.
Hun, don't be so gaslighty.
That is very gaslighty.
Bum!
Well.
Double bum.
I mean, this seems like a very romantic trip to me.
It's romantic, but I tell you what, it is naughty. Not interesting.
None. Oh.
I don't think everyone's okay.
Jesus.
Okay.
It's very Wilhelm.
Patrick is homosexual. You have to be careful saying such things.
I have to help him. I'm his wife.
Help him.
Change. He has to.
He won't change. And it'll be better for both of you if you accept that.
He has to give this up. Makes my stomach turn. It's disgusting. It's wrong.
Oh, fuck me.
Fucking hell.
Well, if that's the case, then I'm wrong too.
That's bold to just fucking
That's
admit
real
it like
bold.
that.
I have someone in my life. 5 seconds ago, I was one person to you, and now I'm something altogether different.
It's unnatural.
Oh, honey.
And what about you and your marriage is natural?
A lot of pressure at the minute, and she's, I think, therefore lashing out at
Yeah.
things.
No, though. And I think I'm starting to click this now. I think.
She's a nasty homophobe.
Back then, yes, I think she is. And I think you can't ignore the fact that this is something that she's been brought up to think and believe. But what we're seeing in the future, in the present day here, I think now it's like she's trying to make amends through kind of helping Patrick.
You know, I really like when they, you know, when she's using language like unnatural and perverted, the counter to that is like, I have someone in my life who I love. Like, bring it back to what it is, which is not, it's not like unnatural sexual acts. It's about love.
And also the way in which the responses from
feelings.
the friend were also very kind of like, let's have a conversation about this. Let's not get, you know, whereas she's being quite, which is always the case. Yeah. It's like, if anything, our community know that we don't shout back. Just be like, let's talk about it.
Mr. Hazelwood, could we have a word?
She reported him.
Oh no. Oh no.
What?
And he dug up some wretch who claimed Patrick had him in the alleyway behind the Argyle.
Listen to me. We can put all this behind us. We can start our marriage.
It isn't about our marriage. Patrick's going to prison and I'm bloody ruined. If they know about Patrick, they might know about...
About?
Oh, he's not holding back telling her at this point.
It's true.
Yes, it's true. Now someone will tell. They'll find out everything and that will be it. I'm sorry. I know I've let you down. I lied.
And during that visit, did you have any reason to believe that Mr. Hazelwood was a danger to your pupils?
Oh, this is hard to watch.
Namely, gross indecency in a public convenience and endangering public morals.
No, I do not.
I'd like to read an extract from one of Patrick Hazelwood's diaries.
Oh,
bugger. Arrested.
Oh, shit.
Some of it is that fine head, the unmistakable line of his shoulder. My policeman was magnificently alive in front of me. We've been meeting in the afternoons, if he can get away, or in the evenings, but he hasn't forgotten the school teacher. Mrs. Burgess, you're a school teacher, aren't you?
This is awful.
Yes. And what is your husband's occupation?
A policeman.
Bad.
Hitting them against each other as well in this like disgusting way of finding out the truth of their personal lives. But, oh God.
So I guess that's how she knew the diaries existed.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Save the car.
That's a bit like Hawk's reaction to San Fran.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine living through that time and then being able to stand there and look at how things have changed.
You'd be... I think you would feel so like you had been robbed.
Yeah, robbed of your life.
Yeah. and that it just isn't fair, and you're never going to get those years back. It's so important that we don't take for granted as our generation, and we understand the privilege we have.
Could you ask him to come and see me? I need to see him.
I can't.
Please, Marion, please, I have to see him.
No touching.
Well, you must be pleased about all this.
Why on earth would I be pleased?
You've won.
Nobody's won.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, he's burning his clothes.
Oh. My policeman no more.
I would have kept that. Brought it up for a special night. Da, da, da.
Yeah, because we know what their special nights look like. Last about 5 seconds.
Do you love Patrick?
For God's sake,
No, it's important. Do you love him?
Yes.
I love you.
Is that him making a choice there, do you think? Oh.
This film does not hold back.
Jesus.
I think I brought Patrick here because I've been so lonely.
What do you mean? I'm always here.
You're never here. I've never had you, not for myself.
All right, we'll talk.
I'm leaving.
What?
I can't stay here. It will kill me. Well, for once, Tom, you might take care of yourself.
Oh, so now we're back to this, how I ruined your life.
No, you didn't. But you did lie to me. You still love him.
Just stop.
All of these years, I blame myself for keeping the two of you apart, and I've never really thought, what have I missed? I reported Patrick to the museum. It was me.
I don't care what she's trying to do. Now, she is in the bin.
The next day, I regretted it, and I've had to live with it ever since.
You've had to live with it. Oh.
You destroyed him.
We destroyed each other.
I shouldn't have deceived you. It wasn't right. But I couldn't tell you. I did want you. But I wanted him too. I am begging you.
Tom, Patrick's failing. I think he can turn around, but I have to wash my hands of it. I hope you'll keep him here and love him. It's what he needs, it's what you need, and I need to go. I'll be at my sister's for a while.
Please
and
don't
then
go. Please don't go. I can't live alone.
Tom, you're not alone.
I get her intentions here, but I'm like, you don't just get to now clean yourself of it again and leave him.
It's so interesting. It's like, she's now free. Oh. Did all get me in the end there, though.
You're right. And it was beautiful to see them finally get to have that hopeful reunion. I wouldn't have ended it on a shot with her though, like in the car. I don't know. I'm a bit funny about this. I don't know what it is. Like it's emotionally gut wrenching, and it is a beautiful message. That kind of like a story like that can have everything turn around in the end, and people can find each other again and be happy in their authentic lives, and that's beautiful. But the damage made, and the kind of, I still feel like there was a very much sort of like her perspective in that. I don't know.
Was this movie designed or written for a very niche group of beards?
Right? Maybe.
Or maybe it's just like someone's personal
experience.
Story.
And actually we're getting it through her telling of the story.
Yeah.
I don't think she necessarily just had the right to be like, I'm leaving now. Like...
But I think it obviously was the right choice.
It was the right choice, but to be like, now I'm going to leave you again, and I don't know, it felt a little bit too self-righteous in that moment, and actually, like, the damage that had been done, to come to realise that, it's a lot more of a process of sort of, like, owning that and fixing it, instead of essentially walking away from it again. Like,
well, there was nothing to fix.
Well...
I think Patrick was right. This is a tragic love story. But like, I think it's good representation.
I think it is good representation, but I do think it's representation that is...
You don't like the angle.
I don't like the angle. Are we equating?
No.
Exactly, and that's where I feel like this film is trying to do that slightly, and I don't like that. You can't equate those two things. I love the representation. I'm not sure Harry Styles is the best actor, I'm not gonna lie. Sorry, controversial. He's beautiful, but I don't think he's a great actor. It was the accent. I don't know what it was. I'm sorry. The guy who played Patrick, though, oh my god, brilliant.
Yeah.
Like, really brilliant. Because I got the most from him, I think.
Never mind what you thought.
Yeah, never mind what I thought. What did you think? Sorry if it's controversial, but it's all good to have opinions.
I don't think it's controversial. I think it's a perspective.
I do get scared about having a different perspective sometimes than what most of our fans and our audience will think.
Well, you never know. That might be a consensus rather than...
But yeah, I think it's important to have... Yeah, absolutely. I think it's important to have different perspectives sometimes, and that's why we do this channel. And I do feel in this instance, I wasn't. Yeah,
it's good to discuss.
Yeah,
it's good to start.
But I'd love to hear your opinions. Well.
Well, thank you for watching, and thank you if you have been a Patreon viewer.
Yeah.
And you've watched this whole movie with us. Thank you.
It's been a joy.
Hope you enjoyed as well. That's all. See you
Bye.
very soon.